May, go ahead, May, go ahead.
I think that there's like a disconnect between the idea of what being a victim is and like what it really manifests as, because she's obviously making all these decisions. She's greatly benefiting from doing these things, even though they're destroying her physically, mentally, emotionally, and every, like, her soul is basically doomed at this point, and she's going to benefit from that, and she's going to do it again in 10 times the amount. Like, that's she's victimized herself and she's benefiting from the victimization. So, but I also know that no one would do something like that if they weren't actually mentally ill. Like, that is a mental.
May, how do you know you're not just projecting?
Yeah, not only that, but so
Well, it would be projecting if I hadn't, like, worked on myself and actually thought about all of this. That's the only reason I can recognize any of it, is because I can recognize it in myself. So
what?
So
That doesn't even make any sense. Like what you're saying doesn't even make sense. You can't recognize things because you can recognize things in yourself. I mean that is literally.
you have to understand.
Hang on,
that's
hang on.
projection. That's projection.
Yeah, that is actual projection. So I mean, I don't understand how you would be.
You have to understand what a victim mindset is like in order to look at someone else and recognize that they are victimizing
What is
themselves.
she a victim of?
It's actually insane to invite 101 strangers over to penetrate.
Danny, give it please 1 second.
Yeah, you're doing the waterboarding thing, Danny. Come on.
I mean, it is insane though.
Yeah.
Danny, okay, let's have May give her point, and then we'll come back. You know I got you, girl.
So I'm not saying that she's like a victim as in we should feel bad for her. I'm saying that she's playing the victim card. There's a difference.
She's actually not.
She absolutely is. She's crying on social media about how she just got by 100 dudes.
No, that's not what she was crying about. So what she was crying about was that she couldn't give him enough time to finish.
Yeah, that's still victimizing. Like, she's still playing the victim. Like, oh, poor me. I couldn't do good enough.
No, I think it actually leads to the more credible stance. I would say here is that she knows exactly what she's doing and doesn't give a. She just doesn't care. It's not an idea of being victimized. She's in complete control. She's in the driver's seat. And she's the one who has access to the mass media platform. She's the one who forms the parasocial relationship. I do not think for a second that this woman has been the victim of anything except, her own greed and avarice, essentially. What is she the victim of here?
Well, that's what I'm saying is I don't agree with that, because no sane, mannered, high value person would ever lead a life like this. Like, she had something happen in childhood that had to have f***ed her up.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like, immediately you move it to, and I don't know why, especially women tend to do this a lot. Now, when people say, you're always degrading women, I'm not degrading them. I just hear certain things from men a lot, and I hear certain things from women a lot. And always this Freudian idea of something bad must have happened in the childhood. It's just not true. A lot of these women had great childhoods. Nothing happened at all. They just don't care. They don't care. By the way, can I ask the host, Jake Rattlesnake? He's a popular YouTube creator. He asked if he could come up and speak as well. If you don't mind bringing him up,
I sent you a co-host. I
don't want the co-host. I'll let you deal with that.
Okay. No
there may be times where I do need to be muted if things get too hot, things like that. You're in the driver's seat here. So, but anyway, back to this. No, I reject categorically this bizarre Freudian idea of something bad must always have happened to somebody in their childhood. I just don't believe it. There's no good evidence for this.
Do you think that she just became this way because she's? I don't believe that. It's just greed. Like,
why?
It may have developed.
Okay, that's a belief, though.
Yeah, but why?
Again, you're projecting.
Well, I mean, we're all talking about what we believe to be true here. So, if anyone can objectively tell me what's really going on, feel free. But I think that everyone is talking about what they
Well, hang on.
perceive.
This is a fair point that you bring up. That we're talking about the various kind of beliefs that we have in this conversation. We're talking, but there's a distinction between I think this and then just instantly putting a supposition. So I would say that I'm just trying to deal in the facts of the matter, and then based on the facts, give a take. I think you're trying to do the same thing, but for some reason, when the facts don't meet the take, you move to the supposition, and the supposition here being something bad must have happened when she was a kid. There's no evidence to support this.
Yeah, and that could be true. Like, I don't actually know that she had a terrible childhood, so it could be something else, but I don't believe that she's um like, this is just a normal person who has normal thoughts and is like a normal person doesn't do something like this ever, in my opinion. She's obviously abnormal, right?
Well,
And
I
that
mean, yeah, but here's the thing, right? Once upon a time was for the downtrodden of society. It was a thing that a woman would do as a last resort for income, the very last resort, because socially it was a death sentence. It was a social death sentence. Like once you did that, you really couldn't come back from it. But now it has reversed. The roles have reversed, and it has become glamorous. And the idea of has become something which is to be moved towards. There's lots of status now that comes with it. There's lots of money that comes with it. There's lots of clout now that comes with it. There's an OF to savior pipeline that now comes with it. There's all sorts of status now, which is aligned with the idea of where there has never been that status before. So I don't know why we should just kind of take this idea that when there's all the incentive to do it, for these different status reasons, that means that the person's disturbed. They might not care.
that absolutely can be true. And I mean, she's going to reap the consequences of this. They may not be like financial consequences. She's obviously benefiting greatly from this, but there will be real consequences.
What?
And
What do you think the consequences will be? Because I
Well,
don't think the consequences will be anything.
she'll never be able to find a man. Like she did say, she doesn't think she'll ever be able
No,
to.
Yeah,
there's
right. They get
always
married all the
willing to be
time.
somebody. Yeah, there's always
I don't
somebody. You
know
gotta
what
come
she
on,
said.
dude.
She said that she doesn't think she'll be able to find a man who
It doesn't matter. Like
is up with her
people
or
say
something.
things that they don't necessarily believe all the time. You
When-
do it
But
all the time, Danny. Come on.
actually happens.
any man, so I would assume that she also has zero substance, so she's probably going to find an equal partner in that, right? So she'll find a man of
Zero
zero substance.
substance. She has
Yeah.
zero substance.
Yeah,
Guys,
I
if
would
she
assume
sends
she
somebody to,
has.
to fly all the way from Germany to come and pork her for 5 minutes, then I'm sure she'll be able to find a simp boyfriend.